Brent Forsyth, TopVelocity.net. We'll do a catching analysis here of Collins. Right here, when he receives the ball, he quickly shifts his feet, which is important. High correlation to coming out of your squat position to your pop-to-pop time. So really does a good job of getting out of his squat position, getting his drive leg down. I like. Takes long to get the ball out of glove. At this point, the hand should really be getting out of the glove. And then going into front foot, the front foot's landing into a really open position. So we can see here the front foot position looks like a good foot to the left. We really want to try to land in line with the back foot. So the front foot lands, the front foot femur is really slightly across the body. And what that's going to do is now you're going to have less time or distance to rotate your hips. At this point, you have to rotate your hip all the way to third base. So if your front foot was in a closed orientation, you'd be rotating your hips to second base or the pitcher at this point. And then that's going to give you less time, because what you're trying to do is get your hips to open and they lock down and create stability for the trunk to start to accelerate. So that's going to slow you down because now you have to take more time. Also, too, it's putting your shoulder orientation into a closed orientation. I mean, or not an ideally closed orientation. So I'd say your shoulder orientation is perfectly in line with the pitcher. It'd be ideal if it was slightly more closed, and that's because your front foot is so far open that's putting your trunk in a more open position. Okay, so when you land more in line, you're going to have less distance travel for your hips, and you're going to be able to keep your shoulder orientation a little bit more closed. Now, you can see here your front leg really starts to extend quickly into the movement, and it's a little bit early because front leg extension that stops the trunk, and it really pushes the energy up the kinetic chain. It really almost starts to get the energy to the arm quickly. So when you extend your front leg that early, it doesn't allow you to really push your trunk forward. I think also too, your back leg is more rotational. You're not really driving a lot of energy through it. We still need to, as you come out of your back leg and the front foot, you do need to get more drive towards second base, because that's going to help carry the trunk. And then, like I said, we're going to get that front leg to extend later. And we want to really see how far can I get this trunk out, because your trunk orientation here is about 70 degrees. I'd like to get it to somewhere like 50 degrees. So I think there's a lot more distance you need to push your trunk out, and that's going to carry more energy. That's going to be a big velocity improvement for you as well. So I think that just the key things here, that the front leg landing open was a big problem, causing the hips to take too long and ultimately the shoulders to go early, which really works against hip to shoulder separation. So you can see when your hips open right here, your shoulders are slightly closed but not ideally separated. And then, like I said, not good energy coming out of your back leg to carry your trunk. Also, your front leg extending early wants to stop your trunk. So let's work on getting the ball out of the glove a little faster, landing in a closed orientation, getting more hip to shoulder separation, more trunk tilts. Those will be big.